Welcome to My Money Mindset podcast, where we explore how a healthy mindset is the foundation for financial success. Each week, we delve into mindset hacks and practical strategies to help you enhance your income, help you make more appropriate investments for yourself, and to improve your overall financial well-being. Join us on this journey to transform your financial future by transforming your mindset. Please note that the information provided on this podcast is for general information purposes only and does not constitute as personal, financial or health advice. It has been prepared without considering your individual objectives, financial situation or life needs. Before making any financial or health decisions, you should consult with a qualified professional or financial advisor to ensure the information aligns with your specific circumstances. So let's begin and enjoy this journey as each episode teaches us on how to improve our overall mindset that overall improves our financial success. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Money Mindset where I continue to talk about careers, as though what I quite often find lately, especially as heading up towards Christmas and people just want a holiday and they just want a break, they feel as though their current job and their careers are sort of getting mundane. This episode, I just want to cover off 10 different things that I think, or you could once again call them hacks, that would help with your mindset and making sure that you're fulfilling yourself in your job. So for those of you that are feeling as though your job is not fulfilling you, you could do better, or you want more out of life, or your career, that sort of stuff, you feel a little bit suffocated, or you're not getting the full release of what you know you can do as a person, or you're actually just bored at your job, what we should be looking at. So for feeling of unfulfilled at work, it's sort of really tiring. I mean, you're at work a lot of hours, and wanting more from your career is probably one of the most common experiences that anyone gainfully employed today, and wanting to better themselves in their career and want more in earning more and grow wealth. It's really a common thing. So the key is to channel that feeling into positive, actionable steps, I always say. So make sure that you sort of channel everything as into positive, actionable steps where you can sort of start to implement and feel better about yourself and where you're going with your career. So I'm not necessarily saying, hey, you got to do this to make a change and everything like that, but the first step in anything like that is a positive mindset and positive actionable steps. So the thought, then the action, right? So the first one I actually wrote down was conduct a career audit on yourself. I love this one simply because this is getting straight to the point. Those of you who are thinking, geez, I could get more and stuff like that, I always say conduct a career audit, guys. Take a step back and honestly evaluate what you do and don't like about your job. Write them down. Just don't think about it. Write it down physically in front of you. Jot it down, type it down, whatever it is. But actually just evaluate what you don't like about your job. What tasks drain your energy? What projects make you lose track of time? Understand the core of your dissatisfaction is that this is the first step towards finding a solution. So your dissatisfaction in yourself, that core feeling, is probably the most important part of all this. So take a step back and evaluate what you do in your career, because everyone does something different and they've got a different mind frame and so on. And what is it that you don't like about your job? Write them down. What are the tasks, write this down as well, that drain your energy in your job? What projects make you lose track of time? So that will get to the core understanding of your dissatisfaction in your job. So now that you're going to find that dissatisfaction and where your core really is, so you've jotted them down, you've jotted all that down, and you've reevaluated it, and you then say, right, step 2 would be to identify and close your skill gaps. So instead of feeling stuck or get just mundane, get busy learning. Use online courses, workshops, or professional certificates to acquire skills that are in demand or that align with where you want to go with your career. So if you're interested in a career that you're currently in, improve on your skills. Yeah, engage with some online courses or whatever it is. Really gather up some intel about what you could do. And if you're not in the career that you want to be in, definitely steer the direction over to learning about what you do need to get into that career. This can make you more valuable in your current role if you're improving upon your current career with skills. And it can definitely open up the door to a new opportunity, new career, new improved career, a new level of your career, whatever that may be. And thus, the more improvement you do, quite often, you probably will grow in income as well. Number 3 was to seek a stretch project in your current role. Talk to your manager about taking on new responsibility or a project that challenges you. Break the mold. Once again, I repeat. If you want change, make the change. You've got to change if you want to change. And you want change in your life, you're bored or whatever it may be, make the change to challenge yourself. This could mean that you engage with a leadership role if that's what you're looking for, a chance to learn new software or cross the collaboration with other teams, in the departments. If you're in a large organisation, start to really engage with stretching yourself beyond what your comfort zone is. A new challenge can re-energize your work and can make you feel more engaged. And if you think, well, look, I love my career, but I just don't like the company you're with, start looking for a different one that you believe will improve or help you improve, stretch your project in your current role. So project it to the point where you believe you're at full satisfaction. Remember, when you're learning things and when you're really engaging on learning things that you're interested in, life is pretty good, like you're forever, you don't need anything else when you're really engaging and you're firing on all cylinders, right? So now, build your personal board of directors. This is a small group of trusted mentors, peers, and senior leaders who can offer advice, feedback, and support. So lean on the people in your industry or your company or wherever you are as a career, or even if you're in business, but lean on trusted mentors and peers or senior leaders that sort of can offer you positive or proactive feedback, I would say. Just not always about positive, there's negative as well. So they'll give you the good and the bad and the ugly type of thing, and they give you the support along with it and advice. So make sure you regularly meet with them to sort of discuss your career, goal, challenge, and aspirations. Choose them wisely. So there's always people that unfortunately, there's some people that you can't trust in business, but there's quite often, a lot of the time, especially when you reach out to them, a lot of people there that are willing to help and have the same sort of, they want to help. I mean, it's in their ethos where they just want to reach out and be able to help you with this. So their external perspective is invaluable, simply because they're engaged in the same careers or engaged in the same company, that sort of stuff. Make sure that you always meet up with them and discuss what you want to be doing and all that sort of stuff. Really just have good banter, even if it just means hanging out outside of work hours, and grow your sort of, what I always say, personal board of directors, right? So now, start a passion project. What I mean by that is, if your current job lacks a creative outlet, start a side project. This could be anything from building a website, or let's say for a local non-profit, to writing a blog, painting, or starting an online course. A passion project allows you to sort of find purpose and fulfill outside of your 9 to 5. It's pretty much similar to that why I started the podcast, simply because I felt that I wanted to reach out to more people about sharing what my experiences in business, life, investment. If I can share that and really have a passion about it and be creative about helping those of you out there that sort of want to help themselves, that's what it's all about. And that's what I think, the gift of giving in life is probably the most important thing here. And just start a passion project. Find creativity in yourself if you can't move from your job. Find something as a side outlet that's outside of that 9 to 5, right? Now, number 6 was practice strategic networking. So what I mean was shift your networking from simply collecting sort of business cards, emails, that sort of contacts, to having meaningful conversations. So not just taking and throwing a text, actually engage in a person conversation, whether it's on the phone, meeting up, scheduling interviews with people in roles or companies you admire, so people that you really want to aspire to become, or find that they're like your hero, or whatever that may be. Yeah, you really, they're inspiring people. Reach out to them. They're people. Don't feel as though they're not going to talk to you, and if they don't, they're not the right people. People that are good for you are always going to react and respond to you. Ask them stuff. Ask them about your career path, challenges that they faced, what they enjoy about their work. It really is a nice way to learn, especially from other people. Simply picking up a phone or saying, hey, can we meet up? I love the way you do this, or whatever that may be. Shoot an email to them or something. But I really do say that the art of conversation is probably the initial step of being human and actually finding out the true emotional things that you can learn from other people, because emotions, when they come into play, they're the most important thing, because they're the things that we sort of say, hey, that person is really happy with what they're doing. They've got a lot of energy, they've got a lot of flamboyance about themselves, and it's where I want to be in life, and I'm not getting it out of my current career, or I think I could do this to get it out of my current career, that sort of stuff. Number 7 was to automate or delegate mundane tasks. So identify the tasks in your day that you find are tedious or repetitive, right? So explore ways to sort of automate them by using software, or ask if you can delegate them to a junior team member. Freeing up your time from busy work allows you to focus on more meaningful projects. Nothing worse than sort of, unless you say something, squeak your wheels get oiled first, is what they say. If you don't say anything, maybe your boss is just too busy to identify, hey, you could be doing something that's a little bit better. Excuse me, but hey, I've got a better task for you, that sort of stuff. And it's a great way. I reckon it's a great way to begin finding how to mentor people. I mean, originally, many years ago, that's how I found the love of mentorship, was simply by I was getting indulged with a lot of busy stuff, and then a few other people that sort of wanted to become brokers and mentors and stuff like that. They sort of said, oh, what can I do? And I said, look, I'll mentor you. And I really found that they were awesome, because whilst I was mentoring them, I was actually giving them small tasks that I thought would free up more time for myself. So, and that's exactly how they sort of started to learn, which was awesome stuff. So automate and delegate mundane tasks, right? Now, number 8 is define your non-negotiables. What are the things you can't live without in a job? Is it work-life balance, creative freedom, or a certain salary? Clearly define these non-negotiables. Make it easier to evaluate new opportunities. Ensure your next role aligns with your truly what matters to you. So, what it is about your job that you can't live without. Work-life balance, that sort of stuff, right? These are the things where you're sort of on the boundary of scoping, hey, I want to change, I need to change, but I need to identify what it is that, even by breaking the mold too severely, it could rupture my personal life, or it could rupture other things. I love having a work-life balance. I love the creative freedom that I have, or I love my wage, I don't want to drop it, that sort of stuff. So define your non-negotiables when looking. Number 9 is to master the art of the stay interview, right? Master the art of the stay interview is the opposite of an exit interview. It's a proactive conversation with your manager where you discuss sort of what you want to make you stay and feel more engaged. So a lot of people sort of tend to sort of sidestep to this, and they really, well, they may either avoid it, or they may, confront it with a negative energy, and saying that their manager, oh, look, they're never open-minded, they never want to discuss, or they never got time for me, that sort of stuff. A stay interview is the opposite of an exit interview. So that energy, if you really think, look, I don't want to leave, but I don't want to be staying doing what I'm currently doing, and I want to improve on it. A proactive conversation with your manager where you discuss what you can make to feel more comfortable is often what I find. A lot of managers are managers simply because they have taken the steps to have an open mind and engage with people. They're just like you years ago or in the past, and they've improved themselves to become a manager, that sort of thing. So maybe look up to them. Maybe don't always assume that they don't have time for you. They're probably there. And I often say it, until you ask, you don't know. And it could be your chance to voice your apparitions and discuss potential changes. So go in and speak open-heartedly and engage with the art form of communication. That's all it is. Transparent, honesty, communication. And, you may be able to ask, and what I did an episode not too long ago where write these things down. What is it why you're valuable? What is it that you believe you should sort of take on another role or grow your career or anything like that? So master the art of the stay interview. The last one is number 10 of these hacks is to start a gratitude journal for your career. So what I do and what I quite often encourage people to do is to every week write down 3 things you're grateful for in your career, no matter how small they may be, right? So think about your career and think about what you're grateful for and sort of write them down. It could be a helpful colleague, yeah? It could be the desk that you're sitting on has got a window looking out somewhere nice, and could be anything. It could be a successful meeting that you engaged in or met a new person or something like that, or a new skill that you learned, something. Write them down. This simple practice helps sort of shift your mindset from a place of dissatisfaction to one of appreciation, especially for the progresses that you've made. So it tends to steer your attention towards the proactiveness, the accomplishments, the positive things that are in your career, that sort of stuff. And quite often what I find that when you actually write them down and you look at them, and every now and again you may overlook them and say, hey, hi, yeah, I remember that. It spurs on other things that in your mind, and it sort of creates that positive sort of mindset direction towards retaining your career, not just making some rapid decisions upon your dissatisfaction. So I hope these sort of hacks, what I call career hacks once again, when you're not feeling that your job is fulfilling, work out for you. Please shoot me an email or reach out if you want me to discuss anything further. And thanks for listening. See you on the next episode.